Alright, I've experimented enough to know this. I'm going to have to strip the top completely. There's no other way to fix it. I experimented on the inside edge just to see what Restore Finish will do with the existing finish that's on there, and I could see that it barely dissolves the old finish, and I suppose I could have tried Form Bs, but I'm going to strip the top completely. This just will never work. It's never going to look right no matter what I do. Well, I've got it ready to strip. I'm hoping that I can surgically strip off that top without getting anything else messed up on it. I've got it sufficiently masked off, and of course I'll be very careful when I apply the stripper not to damage the finish I don't want to strip. That's going to be difficult. I've done it before with better than average success, but I'm hoping that with this one I'll be a little bit more successful, but I'm ready to strip it. Well, I stripped it and stripped it and stripped it and then I started to dance on the ceiling. I got pretty festive, so now I know how Fred Astaire did it. Anyhow, I got it stripped about as much as it needs to be stripped. You can see that, the finish is somewhat damaged. Of course, all of these gouges and stuff, there's no way I'm going to sand those out. Some of these, like over here, these go right down through the veneer, I'm pretty sure. So I may put a light coat of mahogany stain over it. The stain's still in it. It'll be a little lighter though than the rest of the cabinet, which is darker. So I may put a one light coat of mahogany stain on top of it before I start fine steel wooling it and then doing top coats on it. So there we are. So here's how it stands right now. I've stripped the top, and sometime today I'm going to put a second coat of red mahogany stain on it. I need to get it darker because the rest of the cabinet is quite dark, the finish on it. So I have to at least get it darker than it is. If I top coat it the way it is right now, the top is going to be much lighter than the rest of it, and I knew that I'd never get it to match exactly. I've been into antiques ever since I was a kid, and I learned from the old timers about refinishing woodwork that unless it's absolutely necessary, you never strip and refinish an antique. In this case, it was absolutely necessary because that finish on the top was totally ruined, and I don't think any kind of restoring agent would restore it. It had to be stripped and refinished. So I'm going to put another coat of stain on it, and once I'm satisfied that I got the finish, there's also dark spots on it, and that's from the water damage it had. There's no way I'm going to be able to fix that, so I'm hoping that the stain will kind of even that out a little bit so it doesn't stick out too much. And here it is with a coat of stain on it. Just put it on. When that's dry, I'll super fine steel wool it and make a decision whether I need to do another coat of stain or not. It certainly darkened it up, but unfortunately the dark spots from the water damage are going to show. That's just the way it is. I'll have to just live with that, but here it is with the first coat of stain. And you can see that dark spot there. There's a system of bleaching and stuff that you could use to even that out, but I have found that almost can ruin stuff more than it is. I'd rather just leave it the way it is. So I'm about to put top coat number 3 on. This is super fine steel wool 0000. I'm just going to do a light rub down with it before I put the third top coat on. I'm thinking it's going to take more than 3, but it's getting there. And so here it is after coat number 3. I think there's at least 2, maybe 3 more coats before I'm satisfied that I got it even. I could have used grain filler on it, I guess, but I think the grain filler kind of takes the color away of the wood and the stain. I don't know. This will have a natural rub look to it rather than being underneath a layer of clear surface coating. But again, there's at least, I would say, 2 to 3 more coats before I'm perfectly satisfied that I've done enough to it. Well, I have the top done. I could have probably done 2 more coats on it, but I don't think it's going to improve it much more than what it is. I can't say that I'm thoroughly happy with my work on it, but I think the improvement over what it was is good enough, I guess. It looks pretty good. It's kind of glazed looking in a way. To get it looking like factory, I would have had to spray it. And in my kitchen, that's just not going to happen. But anyways, that's it. The top is done.